Lives Really Matter in the second Trump administration? I know that may sound preposterous to some, but this is a serious question that I'm mulling over in my mind as I'm looking over the things that have transpired throughout the course of this week within just 4 days of him being here. These are some of the questions and some of the things that I talk about right here on this channel. So if you don't already, I want you to like, follow, and subscribe. This is the People's Brief, where I talk about people, politics, and pop culture that impact Black, brown, and queer communities. I get it in so you can get the info out. And like always, I keep it brief. I won't keep you long. And I'm asking that today, specifically today, because on Wednesday, Trump slid through a pardon that I didn't expect, didn't see coming. It's where Trump pardoned Terrence Sutton. See, this was Hylton-Brown, a 20-year-old father who was riding a moped without a helmet and was subsequently chased by this police officer, Terrence Sutton. Now, I want you to know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that it is against police department regulations in the city of DC to pursue a vehicle if the only reason you're doing so is to make a traffic stop. And that is why Officer Sutton was pursuing Mr. Brown. The pursuit lasted for over 10 blocks, with Sutton chasing Hylton-Brown, not giving up at unreasonably high rates of speed, even driving against traffic on a one-way street. All of it shared in testimony. This chase ultimately led to a tragic accident where Hylton-Brown was struck by another vehicle, and then he succumbed to his injuries 2 days later in the hospital. And after a jury trial, a jury of Officer Sutton's peers, of American citizens who heard the entire case, found him guilty of second-degree murder and then trying to obstruct justice and conspiracy to obstruct justice. He was given a full pardon, a presidential pardon from President Trump. He was given a full pardon, and now Officer Terrence Sutton, is a free man. So, do Black Lives Matter? Will there be justice for Black people at all in a second Trump administration? And then Fox News aired this.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro.
Never mind what the man said about harm to himself in the beginning of that video because he was a scary Black Haitian. Never mind that, and never mind this.
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally. This is what ICE calls collateral.
So note that family members and loved ones in proximity to targeted men and women are also being apprehended.
Open borders with people pouring in, some of whom, I won't get into it, but you can look at them and you can say, could be trouble, could be trouble.
But this specific story is about a U.S. citizen being caught. And not just like an everyday citizen like me, an actual military service member, an Army veteran. The veteran, whose name was not revealed, was detained during an ICE raid on a business in Newark, New Jersey. And this happened on Thursday, January 23rd, 2025. He was detained. A veteran, not just a citizen, a veteran. According to the mayor of Newark, the veteran suffered the indignity of having the legitimacy of not only his citizenship, but his military documentation that he had on him questioned during the raid. He was among several people, some of them who were U.S. citizens that were illegally detained. And the ICE agents did not produce a warrant when conducting the raid or detaining individuals, none whatsoever. None whatsoever. So I don't even know on what grounds they're doing this. I know that Donald Trump declared an emergency at the border, but does that extend to Newark, New Jersey? Maybe it was a southern border, so maybe now they're saying it's the northern border too. I have provided resources in my Instagram stories and for people that have family members and loved ones that could be impacted by ICE raids. And I'm going to put these all on my Instagram and the stories. I'll probably also, uh, skeet it out on Blue Sky. But what it really comes down to, five most important things that you can do during a raid is that number one, stay calm and do not run away. Remain silent or tell the ICE agent that you want to remain silent. If you do speak, do not lie. Remember, though, if they come to your home, to your residence, you do not have to open the door. You want to always ask the agents who they are and what they are there for. Sometimes agents will use a ruse or false information, so be extra cautious as they may approach. If you do not speak English and the agents do not speak your language, you need to ask for an interpreter. You need to also ask to speak with a lawyer, an attorney, and you do not need to sign any documents or answer any questions without your lawyer present. And also, you want to record details and the names of the officers. So, those are some just very basic things that we want to share with any loved ones, family, or friends who may be impacted by possible raids. So, just some information out there. I'll be doing more around this in the days to come. From the moment blood rushes to the head, the possibility of new life comes. Well, look, it is kind of hard to say this the right way so I don't get it straight, but Mississippi State Senator Bradford Blackmon introduced the Contraception Begins at Wood Act. He said another word for that, which is taking social media by storm. Know this. Look, I want you to understand something. Senator Blackmon, a Democrat, has emerged as a true black leader in my eyes because this is how you play the game of politics to win. Now, as ridiculous as this law is, so too are the laws aimed at controlling the bodies and reproductive decisions of women. So Senator Blackman is being sarcastic, is being tongue in cheek, but this is necessary. He authored this bill to highlight the imbalance in reproductive health legislation sweeping the nation because it always focuses solely on the role of women, never on the role of men. And I just want you to know this comes with penalties. Spilling some seed is $1,000 the first time, 5,000 second, and then 10,000 every other time that you do this without conceiving. And his words stated, all across the country, especially here in Mississippi, the vast majority of bills relating to contraception and or abortion focus on the woman's role when men are 50% of the equation. This bill highlights the fact and brings the man's role into the conversation. Bravo to you. Bravo to you, Senator Blackman. This bill is indeed a satirical response to recent restrictions to abortion and contraception access following the overturning of Roe v. Wade. And we need more men to do this, more men to stand up for women and their bodies and their rights. Now, let me give you some background on Senator Blackman from my home state of Mississippi. He is Mississippi royalty, political royalty. His mom, Barbara Blackmon, his dad, Ed Blackmon, were both Mississippi legislators, and his brother is a Mississippi state representative as well. His brother's also in politics. This man is Ivy League graduate from the University of Pennsylvania, and he played football. I think he was like co-captain of that team. Now, he represents Mississippi Senate District 21, which includes parts of Yazoo County and Madison County. Yes, Madison County, where if you're from Mississippi, is pretty homogeneous with wonderful, not necessarily beautiful people. So shout out and cheers to Senator Blackman. I would love to interview him, have him on down to the show to talk about this. And I'm going to send him an invite. I'm going to just keep sending him until maybe I can get him. Speaking of people down to the show, if you look on the channel, you know that I've interviewed recently Representative Jasmine Crockett, and it was wonderful to talk to her and to engage with her even for a brief moment. We have some other great interviews coming up soon that I can't wait to conduct and to also share with you. If you are free today, at 7 p.m. This goes up every morning, but 7 p.m. on this day. If you are getting it on this day, you will have a chance to catch me on the Black Star Network with Roland Martin Live. I can't wait to do that and be there with him at 7 p.m. So with that being said, look, I hope everyone out there, whenever you see this, at any given time, day, month, whenever, I want you to be blessed, be well, and whatever you do, keep pushing. I'll see you soon.